this. I don't think Ben Whittaker's been up against an opponent like this yet, in my opinion. These Nigerian lads are built different. Knowing what I know from some of the Nigerian fighters and how they are in day-to-day life and the graft, it's very old school. And for me, I think this ain't going to be the walk in the park that Ben Whittaker thinks it's going to be. He thinks, I'm going to take him out early, job done, that's it. I don't think it's going to be the case. Ben Whittaker, 7 fights, 7 wins, 5 knockouts. He was asked out against Leon Willings, who actually put in a cracking performance, I thought. Caught Ben quite a few times. Counter punch really well. When he came forward, he was a threat. I thought he was really good. Really held himself and came out of that with a lot of credit, Leon. Ezra was last out in October against Victor Barrios, which he won in KO round 2. This guy means business, doesn't he? He's going to fly out and he's going to put Ben Whittaker under pressure. Jam, I know you're looking forward to it as much as I am. iBoxing Hub giving us the old gloves there as always. And big up, lads. Hope you're well from Chris Welch. Thank you very much, Chris. So what do you reckon then, Jam? It's an intriguing one, or is it not?
It is an intriguing one. Ezra Arenyeka, the Nigerian nightmare, is getting exactly what he asked for. He begged for this fight. He chased him down. He hunted him. And he's now got to back up his mouth. You know what I mean? I don't think he's good enough, personally, to beat Ben Whittaker. I don't think he's even close to being good enough. But he is aggressive, and that stands for a lot. And Whittaker's never faced a man, like you said, who's going to come and be so game for a fight. Leon Willings was good. Yeah, Leon Willings was good, like in his last fight against Whittaker. He stood his ground, but it was more of a counteractive style. Whereas, Ezra Arenyeka is coming to try and blow him out of there. And he will give it everything he's got. Because if he wins it, he becomes a megastar overnight. So
and you know as well, Jam, this is for the WBA Gold World Light Heavyweight title now.
Which is practically an interim nowadays. Yeah. It's almost an interim title.
Yeah,
so puts you in a good ranking, on the world stage.
Yeah.
It really does put him on the world stage, yeah. So I can just see Arenyeka coming out and really having a go. But for me, I think Whittaker's got too much. Whittaker's too skillful, too slick. I think he outboxes him to a very comfortable points win in the end. But I think the first 4 rounds are going to be shaky as hell for Whittaker. He's got to keep his chin out of the way, just not get sparked. If he gets past the first 4, I think he takes it on points pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I think he's got to be clever. And don't get me wrong, Ben Whittaker's a clever fighter. He knows what he's doing. He's very slick. He's a good operator, but there's going to be a point where you get into a fight where you can't be showboating. You can't be. And don't get me wrong, I know it's part of his makeup. He likes to entertain and, he's the surgeon and all the rest of it. But you almost think to yourself, you can't keep doing it, especially when you've got this sort of level fighter. He hasn't had this before. And I'm not saying the levels haven't been there, because Leon Willings was a step up. He was a step up. Yeah. English, was he English or
English champion or something? Yeah.
So it was an area or English, wasn't he? And do you know what I mean? Tough operator. But for me, this is a different level. I think we're going to see what Ezra really brings. And as you say, it could put him on the world stage for other fights. But who knows? Chris has put intriguing one because he don't like Whittaker. But I agree with Jams, not on Whittaker's level. I don't think he is on Whittaker's level. But
not many are.
There's that sort of person who can cause problems. And SWS Boxing, come on, lads. Ben Whittaker, round 3 to 4, knockout.
It could happen. It could.
Ezra could go too far forward and walk onto something. That could be the only. Whittaker will do the usual messing around in the first half of the fight, then stops him in the 6th round. My prediction: Whittaker is a talent, but the showboating is too much. It's disrespectful and will cost him, in my opinion. And I think that's where Ezra sat with it all. He said, I don't doubt he hasn't got the talent. I don't think he's ever turned around and said he's not talented. He said
No.
that it's just not what you do in a pro game. You
Doesn't
don't.
like the disrespect he shows to other
Yeah,
fighters.
yeah,
That's what he said in your interview, Joel, didn't he, when we had him
yeah,
on? He said, I
100%.
just don't like his disrespect, so I'm going to teach him to respect.
Yeah, it's not what you
So
do.
let's hope he backs up his words.
Yeah, I don't mind Whittaker showboating outside of the ring, but inside the ring, it's too much. For me,
Tell you what,
go on, mate.
I was just going to say, I completely agree with Chris there, but also I don't mind it in the ring at the right level. You know, like Prince Nassim Hamed done it against Kevin Kelly in world title fights. You want to do it then, by all means. When you're at the top of the game, you've got the right to do whatever you like. Mayweather used to do it, you know, with putting his chin out, dancing around. Ali done it. The best have done it. But wait till you get to a decent level. Doing it against journeymen who don't stand a chance is just embarrassing for him, not them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
that's the way I feel on it. And that's why he lost
like
a lot of fans doing it.
We saw not long ago, didn't we? Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. He was doing
Probably
it
cost
in
him the
rounds
fight.
3, 2, 3, and 4 when you're not even doing anything in the fight
to
warrant showboating. But as I say, when I look at this, I'm with you, Jam. I think if Arenyeka's going to win it, it's got to be by stoppage. He's got to go out there and he's just got to literally plant it on him. We don't know a lot about this guy. The world doesn't know a lot about this guy. Let's be perfectly honest. He's come out of nowhere. He's put his mouth out there and he's got a fight out of it. Hats off to him. Hats off to Ezra.
Good PR. He's done some good PR for himself.
Mate, I love it. I love the fact that he's come out. He's called someone absolute bullshit and he's got a fight out of it. And Ben Whittaker said, I'm going to teach him a lesson. But does that mean that Whittaker's going to walk straight onto something? Who knows? We're going to find out.
Hardcore and just knock him out straight away, you know, and just put levels on him. That's another thing he could do. Like Sam said, 3 or 4 rounds. Could do it in the first round. He could come out and just absolutely masterclass him. So we'll find out at the weekend.
This is a beauty, mate. This is the beauty of it. And as I
love this great sport.
If Ezra's going to win it, it's by stoppage. But for me, Whittaker, he knows how to get out of those difficult situations. He knows how to box. If you only see one route to victory, you take it. For me, he takes the points. Why risk? And could you imagine if he lost his fight?
It'd end him. Everything he's talked about would be over.
You get called out. You say, I'll teach you a lesson, and then you get blasted out.
Mate, it'd be so embarrassing.
Unreal. That'd be unreal.
It really would.
And everyone would go, do you know what? Fair fucks to Ezra.
Yeah, and
well done, mate.
He deserved it for his arrogance. That's what I'm saying.
So, you know, and now you're thinking about it.
Definitely. I'm actually getting a bit of a grin on my face. I was trying to hide it. You know what I mean?
But
I would love to see him get knocked out just for his arrogance, but at the same time, he's British, so I want him to win. You get me? I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. I want him to get taught a lesson for his arrogance, but I want him to win because he's a fellow Brit and I want him to do well. So I'm just going to enjoy the fight and just take it whatever way it goes.
Well, this is it. For me, Whittaker points seems the logical explanation and outcome for this one. But like we say, you never know in boxing. But I think Whittaker on points, let's see what happens. I loved it when Andy Clark said to Ben himself about his showboating, and Ben was a crybaby about it. If Ben can do it at elite level, then fair play. And I think that's where it's at. 100%, Chris. Me and Jam are with you on that one. If you can come out and you can do that against the world's best and get your victory and win your belts through doing it, like we saw Prince Nassim, Muhammad Ali, you know,
Mayweather.
Yeah, there's some cracking fighters out there that have done it. Hats off to you. If you can do it at that level, and I hope he proves me wrong and he does continue to do it and he gets to that level and continues to do it against the likes of, say, your Buatsis and these sort of style fighters, because I think he hasn't even got to that. Not saying he's not British level, but he hasn't gone against British level opponents yet. You get in against even the likes of Dan Aziz, Buatsi,
Anthony Yard.
Yeah, you know, Callum. You know, Callum. Yeah. There's a few Callums. Do you know what I mean? You could choose from. You got your Callum Smith, Callum Johnson. They're all in there.
Yeah, and they're all probably doing at the minute as well.
Yeah, so it'd be very, very interesting. I don't hate or dislike him. It's just constructive criticism. Fair shout.
No wrong with that, Chris.
Well, me and Jam are going for, sorry, Ezra, for
Whittaker
Ben
points.
Whittaker on points. But as I say, if Ezra's going to do it, he's got to get the knockout because the decision will go to Ben Whittaker anyway. Let's be perfectly honest. So let us know in the comments. Give us your predictions. Hit the subscribe button. Ding the bell for notifications. You've been watching Joel and Jam on Boxing Media Hub. Yeah. Go over to YouTube as well. YouTube. Go to YouTube and go over to Jam's Boxing Chat. Hit the subscribe button over there as well and check out the stuff he's doing. Keeps us up to date with all the latest. Eubank Jr. He plays mind games, but he does in trash talk way only. He showboat was Liam Williams and didn't blame him.
Yeah,
100%. So let us know. Until next time, Jam.
Have some of this.
Have it. God bless. Take care.
God bless y'all.